Hey, FitLovers.
Hey, FitLovers.
Welcome back. I am Ramsey.
And I am Mina.
And today we are at the park, our local park today. It's called Apollo Park. They got a nice lake and ducks in the lake and stuff like that. So we decided to come out here and kill two birds with one stone. Mina kind of tricked me out here. She's like, we can do the show at the park today.
Yep.
But really, she just got me to take her to the park.
I love the park. I love the outdoors.
Yeah, so we're here at the park today, and today we're going to be doing another round of Q&A, where you, our audience, gets to decide the direction of the conversation by asking us anything you like to, within reason, of course. So get ready. This is the FitLove Show. Okay, so FitLovers, today, like I said, we'll be doing another round of Q&A where you, our audience, gets to decide the direction of the conversation by asking us anything you like to. So, sorry, I'm sweating. It's hot out here at the park. And Mina's had me walking like a mile already around the park.
Look at these muscles.
I'm sweating and everything.
He's strong.
Yeah, so anyway, if you're not familiar with how Q&A works and this is your first time joining us, we basically select a few questions that you, our audience, have dropped in our DMs. We make a show out of it.
Yep. We have some pretty interesting questions from Beth, John, Jose, and Ashley that we will be answering. Hopefully, you'll get something out of one or all of the questions because we usually do.
Yep. Before we begin, I'd like to ask you to please click that subscribe button and don't forget to turn your notifications on so you'll be notified first when new episodes are released.
All right, babe. Let's get it cracking.
Okay, first question is going to be coming to us from Beth. And Beth asks, when I interact with my teenager, they either don't seem to want to be bothered or speak to me in a way that hurts my feelings. Have you ever experienced this with your kids? And what can I do about it? Well, you could probably answer that question really good.
Yes, I can. I go through that so often, I would say.
I'm sorry, we at the park. I'm sweating. You gonna see me dab my face in this.
Yeah,
go ahead,
yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go. Carry on.
Okay. So, what I would say, okay, my kids, yes, kids, they hurt my feelings actually quite often. And I really try hard to please them and to do everything I can and be the perfect mom. But they don't really think before they open their mouths. At least that's my opinion. And it hurts. But honestly, they're kids, and I know they also go through things, and they have social media going on and all these things in their heads, hormones and stuff like that. So we have to be a little bit understanding and also remember they're kids. You can't let it get to you. You really cannot let it get to you, or you're going to have your feelings hurt for a very long time. Just don't take it personal. But it's really also important to let the kids know that they're hurting your feelings and that it's not okay to speak to someone like that, especially someone that's taking care of them. So my way of dealing with it, I guess, which is I got that from the help of this one here because I would cry when the kids would hurt my feelings. But just don't take it personal because I'm sure your kids love you, right?
Yeah.
How does Ramsey deal with it?
Yeah, my feelings don't get hurt. You can go and sit in the room by yourself with a bad attitude for as long as you want. I'm not getting my feelings hurt. You come back when you got some act right in you. But yeah, that's the short answer. But as far as if your feelings do get hurt, I guess that's a pretty good way to deal with it. Just remember, it's not personal. Kids are kids, and kids are selfish by nature because they don't know anything else. They've got no experience. They've got no frame of reference. They've got nothing basically other than what you've shown them and what you've provided them. So, they're gonna just want more of that. They don't. They don't know how much stuff costs or how to be responsible or anything like that. So they're just gonna there's gonna be a sense of entitlement, but it's easy to nip in the bud.
And give consequences. As much as I say I'm not gonna cook anything, Ramsey will be like, yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Well, you ain't cooking.
Sometimes you have to be stern. If they're old enough to run their mouth, and talk to you in a certain way, then they must be old enough to take care of themselves a little bit, right?
Yeah. But that's the difference. I say I won't make anything. I just, oh, you want to get that attitude? Yeah. Okay. You can get yourself everything. Everything.
If I get an attitude, it gets me what I want.
Yes, I do.
Okay, this is a question for you, Ramsey. Ramsey? Yes, and this question is from John. It says, I just started the process to become a police officer. What advice do you have for me regarding the academy?
Well, I want to ask you, John, where your process is, because that's proprietary information. But as far as the academy goes, I don't know. Just remember, everything's a test. Everything's a test. From the way you speak to the way you approach superiors, to shooting, to formation, to academics, to whatever you can think of. Everything is literally tested in the academy. And so my advice when people ask me what they should do when they're getting ready to go in the academy is basically disappear for 6 months, or however long your academy is. Just disappear. Just focus on your academics, focus on the physical training or PT. Also, on a side note, for those who are going into the academy thinking that, well, hey, I'll wait till I get into the academy to get in shape, you're not going to make it. You want to be running and working out and getting in shape prior to going into the academy. When I started training to go into the academy, I started training maybe about a year prior to actually going in, and I could barely run a mile. I hate running. I'll admit it. I don't like running, and I still don't like running.
I was just going to say.
Yeah, I still don't like running.
You were not a runner anymore.
But by the time I went into the academy, I was up to 7 miles on my own. So as much as I hated doing it, I knew that it was necessary because I know they were going to be running my butt off, and sure enough, they did. So it was good that I made those preparations. But just disappear. I think that the height of my academy time, when I had time to myself, was just going and walking around Target without any encumbrances, without anybody asking me for nothing. So, like I said, it's going to be 6 months. You just got to kind of go inside yourself, focus on your academics, focus on yourself, focus on getting through it, and you should make it. Yeah. You don't probably have any take on that because we wasn't together when I went to the academy. So.
Yeah, but I did want to get into law enforcement, and I did realize that with 4 children and with a husband in law enforcement, it might be a little difficult for me to hide away for 6 months. So I guess
6 months at least.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, 6 months. That's just the academy. You should be prepared for the first couple of years to really be humping and really be busy with the job, because you just have to get acclimated for the first 6 months of the job. Not 6 months. The first several weeks of the job, you'll probably be going through FTO, Field Training Officer Program, for those who don't know. And then for the first 12 months on the job, you're on probation.
I was going to ask that, how long you're on probation.
It's kind of a, initially it could be high intensity if you're not used to it, you're not used to that climate. But, just keep your nose clean. Don't get into any trouble outside of the job. Don't speed. Don't run any stoplights.
Don't listen to anyone's negative advice.
Exactly. Just do what you got to do in the academy and focus on the job, and you'll be fine.
Good luck.
Yeah. Okay, next question from Jose. Jose asks, we have 3 kids, very busy lives. How often is it appropriate for my wife and I to get away from the kids? Well, what do you think?
I think 1 week out of the month, every single month, you should take time out for yourself.
A whole week out of the month? Every single month, a whole week?
Depending on the age of the kids, but I just feel like at this point...
Who can go take a week out of every single month?
3 to 4 days, something like that. But I think you need to do it at least once a month. Actually, I would recommend once a week if you could do a date night, but realistically, if you have 3 children, you might be taking them to practice and just dealing with school and all those things. So to be fair to yourself, I believe at least once a month, but it has to be like a getaway, like 3 days. 4 days. Lately,
yeah, but not everybody can do that. Sometimes you need. I'll agree. Maybe the 3 to 4 days, out of every month or something like that. But maybe it could be just like a staycation or something like that. Not everybody has the funds to be able to go and get a hotel.
Okay, we don't have the funds just to get hotels and do all that. It's not like that. But we make you put a savings to the side. Hello. If you can buy Starbucks every day and you can pay for things and do unnecessary things and spend money on things, and you can save a little bit of money so you can go out with your significant other. It is important.
She's right. Yeah.
When Ramsey and I go out to, let's say, Vegas for a couple of days, I feel like a whole nother person, because when I'm at home, my kids have basically all of me. Well, half of me, and he has the other half.
And what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. That's why she feels some.
No, I just feel like I get to like be young again. Not young again, but like
you
like
are
an
young.
adult. Like,
you talking about you are young.
It's difficult to explain.
39 is not
Honey,
old.
Look, it's difficult to explain. I feel like I'm like younger and older at the same time. Like I have no responsibilities.
Gotcha.
But I'm allowed to do stuff.
Yes.
Okay. So I think it's important to get away.
Well, yeah. How often is it appropriate? All the time. I'm just messing. You got to spend time with your family. You know, like Vito Corleone says. You know, what does he say? Does a real man spends time with his family?
Although these teenagers aren't trying to really spend much time with us.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know how old your kids are. You know, but you know, while your kids are young, you should definitely aim to spend as much time with them as possible, because she's right. As the kids do get older, they're going to want to spend less and less time with you, and they're going to be into whatever they got going on, or their friends, or driving, or whatever they got going on. So, you know, if your kids are younger, yeah, spend as much time. And even if they're older, I mean, you guys can make plans to go places and do stuff. We do that. Sometimes they want to come, sometimes they don't. But at least you extend the invitation. So, but as far as you getting away or with you and your wife, yeah, as often as possible, because as we've said in many times in our show, you know, the focus in a relationship has to be on the relationship.
Yes.
So you guys sometimes need to do things and go certain places to help cultivate that. So,
even if it's stuff like this.
Yeah, going to the park. Yeah, fooling your significant other into walking around the park. That kind of stuff. Anyway, hope that helps.
Okay, so this is our last question from Ashley. And it says, as time goes by for the two of you, do you feel you're getting closer to one another, and why? Or do you notice more of the things that bother you about each other?
I'll answer that. Yeah. I would venture to say both of those things are true, Ashley. You know, just, you know, you're going to have a honeymoon period when you first start out with each other, and everything just dances and roses and everything is perfect. But yeah, naturally, after you get to know one another and you see each other's quirks, you spend more time around each other, you're going to naturally see things that may bug you about the other person. But, you know, flip side of that is you also spend more time, you get to know that person more, presumably you get closer, you learn to love that person more. So yeah, I think both are true, you know, but it's a choice that you make, you know. You can't let those things that bother you so much that it starts to have negative ramifications on your relationship. You don't want that. So what do you think?
I think nothing I do bothers Ramsey. So I'm not too sure what he's talking about. But I will say one of the things that have brought us closer together is our faith. I think faith is very important in a relationship. I know I've said that fitness is very important in a relationship, but Ramsey and I, we do a Bible study now together on Saturdays. We make sure we wake up early in the morning, just like we go to the gym, you know, just like we work out. It's just as important. And it's just helped us stay kind of on the same wavelength and the same accord, and just be more understanding with each other. So I think one of the things that have kept us close together is God. Yeah. Praying together and, you know, working out together and doing things that we both like doing. But
if I can piggyback on that also, yeah. So, you know, just as you got to go to the gym, work out your body, it's got to be done on a regular basis. You know, if you want your spiritual life and your marriage life and have spirituality and God in your marriage, these are things you got to work out on a regular basis as well. So, you know, just like with anything, it's gonna, you know, you're gonna be better at it as time goes on. Excuse the airplane in the background. We got an airstrip right over here.
Yeah, there's like a flight school back there.
Something going on.
It's so cool. I love it.
So, but to answer your question, yeah, I've gotten closer to her as time has gone by, but I have also noticed things that bother
Nothing bothers him.
Yeah, nothing bothers me.
about me.
Yeah, about her, yeah. I haven't noticed. Take that back. I haven't noticed anything. Yeah, so I've just gotten closer. Yeah, that's the answer. I've just
Thank you.
gotten closer. Yeah. What about you? Any last words on that one?
God is great.
Yeah.
And so is Jamina.
Okay, Fit Lovers, that was our show for today. We thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah. There's nothing that bothers you about me. Bothers me about you. I'm not bothered at all.
I'm not bothered by him.
I'm bothered at all.
Perfect.
I'm nothing. Anyway, thanks for joining us today. Please like and subscribe to our channel, FitLove 101, and share this video. And don't forget to subscribe.
What? Turn the notifications on.
The plane
The plane
subtracted me, man.
I wish you could see it. It's really cool.
Yeah.
I hope one takes down and we can record it.
Yeah, anyway, as I was saying before the plane interrupted me, please like and subscribe to our channel, FitLove 101. Share this video and don't forget to turn your notifications on so you'll be notified first when new episodes are released.
Yep.
All right. Thanks again, FitLovers.
Thank you.
See you next time.